It's John McLauchlan. Welcome to day 156. This is the myleadgensecret Clickbank case study where we are promoting Clickbank products using myleadgensecret. Case study I started at the beginning of January. We're now into almost into Q3, the 27th of June, and the idea is to see how much revenue we can generate in 12 months by tweaking our system. And let me tell you, we've done some tweaking. And we've now changed products, and we're now promoting our Q1 product, and we're starting to get some results through. So first thing I usually do is go over to, let me find my mouse, there we go. Go over to Clickbank. I've had a quick look already. We'll go and just refresh the page. So you can tell just from that little gap there that this is what happens when you change products. Sometimes it's not always as bad as that. We are now into Q3, or almost into Q3. It's summertime, put it that way, it's hot. And people tend to want to do other things than open emails, okay, and build an online business. They want to go to the beach and have barbecues and stuff, or they'll go on holiday. So that's what's happened. So yesterday we had 2 sales, today we had 1 sale, and let me just show you where those sales came from. Because even though we might say, great, we've got sales, we're now back in momentum, if I show you where those sales come from, then I'll show you exactly what I mean. From that. So again, just keeping everything real. We don't want account settings, John. We want reporting. There we go. Thank you. Right. We want transactions. So the latest sale that came in, 1825, came in from Social Sales Rep, and this was from the 23rd of the 3rd. This is recurring income from what we promoted in Q1. This 1104, this came from Social Paid. This came from this email. I had 3 sales from this, 1706. That was quite good. And we've had another recurring income. This was yesterday from the 22nd of January, again for Social Sales Rep. So in terms of new business for changing over the new product, we've had this one. Okay, so this is a test sale, or it's a trial sale. It's a $1 trial, 3 days, which is going to be up tomorrow. So we should see a brand new business sale for Social Sales Rep, which is what we're promoting. So what I want to see is I want to see more front end sales, and I also want to see more recurring revenue. And one of the things I said yesterday is that if I'd just continued to promote Social Sales Rep, where would the stats be? I know we can always look back and think retrospectively what have, would have, could have, should have, okay, but I know the recurring income would have been a lot more than it is now, because we've had 0 recurring income from Social Paid, even though we've had more front end sales. And one thing I always say, you want to take away, or you want a business model with recurring income. If you can get more recurring income, you'll be better in the long run for the long term. Right, so there we go. So what I've done in terms of getting the collateral, go to the affiliate marketplace, and because myleadgensecret leads are co-registration within the BizOp, e-business and e-marketing is the BizOp niche, if you like. Okay, live chat jobs is what we're now promoting. Go to the affiliate page, and what I did, I went over to the short ads. There's the short ads. Click the down arrow, and there's all your collateral. Okay. Now what you can do as well is that I did this yesterday, where I was kind of looking at that thinking, well, maybe I could just add a bit more spice to it. Okay, so I did go to the email swipes, and compared with of all the products that I've promoted, and you know what I've promoted, these emails are pretty decent. Okay, they're okay. Okay, and you can incorporate some of the copy in this because it's kind of more congruent with the landing page. And again, talking about the landing page, I'm going to send people to the same landing page every day. Simple as that. That's it. One landing page, one choice, making things a lot simpler. So yes, you can work your way through these emails, but I like to. The tendency is when you copy an email from here, if you're not quite sure what you're doing, a lot of people just copy and paste from here into there. Whereas the methodology with, where's it gone now? Wherever it went. Okay, with the short ad, I had on the same page, didn't I? So with the short ads, wherever that is, what I've just shown you, because you're only getting snippets, you've got to build out the email yourself, and by building it out, by the very fact that that's what you're doing, you're going to put some of your branding on there by default. So that's what I recommend, because you're going to learn a lot more. And if you're just getting used to this, it's a good thing to do. And if it takes you 20 minutes to send an email, or 25 minutes, then so be it. Okay. If you're learning email marketing and you want to do things in 5 minutes, okay, I just want to do it and go, then I would say this probably isn't for you. Okay. If you want to learn something, then you've got to learn it for the long term, and just give yourself that time to learn the processes. And that's what I would always say. Again, right, so Mileage Gen Secret, if you don't know what it is, go and have a look at the link up there. This is how I show you how to make the maximum amount of profit with Mileage Gen Secret, by getting yourself the right amount of accounts, and by essentially following along with this case study. Now, I appreciate you're not going to go and look at 156 days worth of content, because some of those videos are an hour long. So if you just follow along from where you are now, then you'll be in a good position to know what you're doing and know how to go forward and how to make sales using Mileage Gen Secret. Okay, it is very simple, it is very straightforward, but the takeaway is you've got to tell people who you are. You've got to brand yourself by talking about yourself. And branding isn't some kind of magical thing that happens by, divine intervention. Branding is just getting people to know you, and you getting to know you and your strengths and your weaknesses, and also being, vulnerable with your audience, and people can see you for the human that you are. Okay, whether they're co-registration leads, okay, whether they're the neighbour down the road, your mate at the pub, the way that you talk to people has an influence on them. Okay, and if you are yourself, and if you look at all the people who brand themselves in really strong positions, they are themselves. Okay, and generally, in some cases, quite unfiltered. And if you think about the people that I'm talking about, you'll know that the people who are unfiltered, within the realms of common sense. But if you think of like Gary Vee, okay, one person that I think everyone knows, both sides of the pond, he is an extremely clever guy, okay, and he is unfiltered because he wants people to know who he is and they want his genuine brand. And that's what you want to give people. But you'll also polarize people. You'll get people who think you're a lunatic, okay, and people who think you're absolutely God's gift to everything that they want, in life. So that's what sometimes happens. And the better you get at being able to brand yourself, the more you will polarize people. But again, you've got to start with the middle ground. And this is the important thing. I've seen it before where people go, well, Gary Vee's famous and he's done really well, I'm going to do the same as him, and they come in head first, effing and blinding, and it won't get you anywhere. It'll just discredit you completely. Okay, so you've got to build up to it, and you've got to find out what your strengths are and prove yourself in the arena first. Okay, it's like someone who just starts boxing and suddenly wants to go into the heavyweight championship. Okay, it's not going to happen. You've got to go through, you've got to get your gloves wet. Okay, you've got to go through the mill. Right, anyway, here we go. So this is Mileage Gen Secret. And again, if this is the first time you've seen the channel, hit the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, and leave me a comment if there's any questions that you're not quite sure of, if you've watched this video all the way through. So we're going to go to Mailin System. And within Mileage Gen Secret, it's great because you can put as many accounts together as you want. They allow you to be your own affiliate. And as I said, if you look at that card that came up, and obviously now it's gone, so have a look at the descriptions below, and you'll get onto that page. And I've got 5 accounts, and what you can do, you can chain your accounts together. So with one account, you'll get 100 leads. When you refer someone to the system, they'll give you a bonus of another 100 leads. So you get 200 leads every single day, the co-registration leads. Now, when you chain your accounts together, because Mileage Gen Secret allow you to be your own affiliate, then you will also get the bonus leads and you will get the commissions on your chained accounts. So the commissions are $5 a month per referral. Bearing in mind, if you get a number of referrals and they add up, they can add up quite substantially by doing something like this, where you're helping people and you get $5 a month recurring on My Lead Gen Secret. You will get a recurring income from Clickbank, depending on what you're promoting. If you're going to promote, social sales rep, then you will get a recurring income, and you'll also get front end commissions from from Clickbank as well. So you're getting a number of different revenue streams from something that is very simple and straightforward, but it's powerful. So there we go. Look, there's 342,200 people in this account because I've had this account for 5 years. I'm going to load in yesterday's email, and the reason I do that is because it keeps all the formatting, so the formatting is nice. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and copy today's email. And this is something that I produced from those short video or from those short ads. Okay, $32 an hour, sending DMs for businesses on Facebook and Insta. I could put Instagram, but I think it's a bit more familiar just saying Insta. Right, so that's the email I'm going to send. So I'm just going to highlight this. Control V. I've already configured it in Notepad. There's my Notepad. Look, this is what I did before, and essentially I've got all the short ads all just copied and pasted straight in. Then what I'll do every day, I'll just look at it and I'll go, right, how can I reword this? Okay, how can I reword this? Okay, that's all I do. And what I've done, if I can find it again, this is the reworded one, and I've just put it into the same format that I usually do, and this is my format. So let's just see what. Right, so we'll just format it. So again, I just like to have an extra little gap, so you can see how it's a small gap and this is a bigger gap. So I'll just delete it, hit the shift key, and I'm hitting enter twice. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so delete, shift, enter, enter. Delete, enter, enter. I'll show you in a second how oh, you don't want to enter there, mate, you want to delete it. And 3 for the signature. So the way I format it is always the same, so when people open my email they can start to recognize it's from me because of the way it's been formatted, as well as, this is from John McLauchlan, this is a signature, but the actual formatting is also my signature. There's one thing I just want to look at here is this spacing looks a bit. So with the spacing, this is what I do: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. On Notepad, I do it 5 times. On My Lead Gen Secret, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so the first line, I always like the first line to be on one line, okay, because it just looks uncluttered. Hey, how you doing? My opening line, one line, make it simple. Okay, the next lines, okay, can be 2 or 3, okay, but what you want to do is break it up. So you can see that I've got one line, or one line, one paragraph, 3 paragraphs, 1. Then I've got 3 and a 1, 3 and a 2 and a 1. So it breaks it up, so it draws your eye. So where's your eye drawn to? In my case, I'm drawn to that, I'm drawn to that, and I'm drawn to that. Okay, which is call to action. It's going to be a call to action. Then it's like, this is where you come in. What's where I come in? What's the question? Okay, let's read this. Okay. So it's things like that. Damn. This is Grammarly doing this. Okay. So when you talk about a job, okay, because it's a position or a title, it needs to be capitalized. Okay. Live chat, and it did say live chat workers, and I prefer to call somebody a live chat professional. Okay, because it's a little bit more elevated. So let's go and put the links in. So copy that. So links, I put 1A because it's the first link. So if people are clicking on there, then I know it's they're clicking on the first link, and I can do more of that. So essentially, just track what you can. That's the takeaway. Right, paste that in. 1 VSL, yeah, okay, that's done. And I'm going to make that bold. Same formatting every time. Yeah, what I was going to look at was this, because this looks a little bit. Oh yeah, that's why I did it. So because professionals is a longer word, okay, that's going to bring it out to about here. Okay, that's why I brought it down. And so yeah, we're good to go. Okay, so what you want to do, if you want to make your email short and condensed, and the reason we make it condensed is so people can read it easy, so they can kind of scan it. So if you get emails that go all the way over the page, and why some people send them just, you know, within the parameters of these numbers, it's because they're easier to read. And the easier we can make something, the more chance they've got to going through to clicking the links. Okay, that's what we want people to do ultimately. We want people to read and click, and the easier we can make it, the simpler it is for them. Okay, so that's what we do. So I'm just going to get rid of that, obviously. And what I do as well, I just have one space in between the hi. Okay, otherwise it seems like your greeting is too far away. And then we just have a look at that, because it looks a bit wrong. Okay, that's it. Good. Right, it's good to go. Yeah, okay, thanks. Right, let's go and have a look at the, it's gone perfect timing, preview. So that looks okay. So the first thing I'm looking at when I've taken a step back is I've got DMs and I've got FB. So is there too much? I might change that for Facebook. So it looks a bit too encrypted. Right, so quick look at the link, make sure the link works. So the page is right, and also the hop is right as well. So make sure you check that before you send. I'm going to go and change the heading. So the subject, I mean, Facebook. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, see now what I was drawn to was DMs and FB. Now I'm drawn to businesses on Facebook. Okay, so you see how that sort of changes the dynamic of that subject line, and also it kind of tells people exactly what they're going to do. And what I found with my lead gen, with these particular leads, if you say something that is too encrypted or you incite too much curiosity, they won't bother, because it's like I don't want to. I can't even bother to engage my brain. It's too much. I'm getting too many emails, and that's the fact is they're probably getting a lot of emails anyway of a similar nature. So you just want to be very literal. Okay, $32 an hour, Bob, sending DMs for businesses on Facebook and Insta. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's have a look. Okay, and I go on to say, okay, in the course of a day. I mean, even this, in the course of a day, I bet you send a DM or two, which could be a bit waffly, but again, this is the way I write, and it's a bit of an introduction. And again, this all goes a long way to developing a connection and telling people who you are and your brand. Okay, along with the signature as well. Okay, and then you've got, particularly if you use Facebook or Insta, how about a job where you get paid to send DMs on Instagram or Facebook? Okay, you know what I've done? I've read that out myself, and I've repeated Facebook or Instagram or Facebook. So I could get rid of a few words and still say the same thing, because that's a bit of a mouthful. This is why you always read it back. Right, in the course of a day, I bet you send a DM or two. There we go. How's that? Does that sound better? So in the course of your day, I bet you send a DM or two. So how about a job where you get paid to send DMs on Instagram and Facebook? There we go. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do as well, to make it even more congruent, Facebook and Instagram. There we go. That's better. So now we've straightened it out. It was a little bit twisted. Now we've straightened it out. It's nice. Okay. That's it. We're done. Happy with that? And this is the process. You write your email. You know what you're going to say. You then look at it. You check it. You keep checking it. You keep reading it. And sometimes if you do a number of emails, this is what I recommend. You know, I should listen to my own advice. Do a bunch of emails in a day. So you're writing for 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks, so you've got a whole month's worth of emails, and then come back to them. Because when you come back to them, you come back to your emails as a third party. Because the more you write emails, the more you're in it. You have that thing where people say, I'm too in my business to be focused on it. Okay, so you read it as a third party, and then you can see pretty much, you can read it the way that your audience will read it. Because sometimes when you write in emails, you know what you're trying to say, so you say it, and then you come back later and you think, what am I trying to say there? Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. It would sound better if I did it this way. So it's just experience, so it's just experience of writing emails. So that's what we've done anyway. So I think that sounds better. Right, let's go and preview it, have a quick look. And it even looks better because we've got less hurdles to go over before we get to the first call to action. Yeah, good. Okay, we're going to go and send that. Sent. Right, so I'm going to quickly go through these because I've got a meeting in 10 minutes. In fact, don't want to do that. I'll copy that. Control and V. And source. Control A and C. And Control V. And Control. Right, so that's copied everything to the clipboard. So what I'm going to do now, because I've got 5 accounts, I'm just going to go and cycle through all these accounts, and the quickest way to do it is the way I've done it, is copy everything to a clipboard. There's your subject line, there's all your source code. I've copied that to the clipboard. I'm going to go to Mailin System, I'm going to go select all, I'm going to go on subject, right click and paste that in. Take out the bits that we don't want, source, okay, Control A and V. That's going to do that. Go to there, change the 1 to a 2, just so we know what, when we're making sales, it's come from number 2 account. That's why it makes a lot of difference, but I think it's always good for tracking to know where your sales are coming from. There and send. Good. That's number 2 gone. See how quick that is? Mailin System, select all leads, paste that in. Source, Control A and V. So we're on account number 3, and one of the things I'll say about 3 is that I always recommend, if you're going to do this strategy, start with 3 accounts. If you look at the price of this, okay, and I'm always transparent, it'll cost you $60 for the first month per account, and then it's $30 a month per account. Okay, so if you've got 3 accounts, it's going to cost you $90 a month. So you've got to make sure that you get the costs back, otherwise you just got a hobby. All right, so if $90 a month right now is too much for you, start with 1 account. It just makes sense to start with 1 account. If you are going to start with 3 accounts or 5 accounts or 10 accounts, I've seen some people have 10 accounts, make sure you do this every day, because for every day that you don't do it, you're just wasting your money. Okay, and I would say that for anything that you're going to start online, is build out your plan, and the first thing you want to think about is getting your money back first and foremost. Remember, we're in this for business, we're not in this to be lying in the pockets of anybody else. So again, I've got 5 accounts. I pay 150 a month, and I probably make 10 times that just by doing this. Probably more, to be fair. And it will be more by the end of Q3 as well, because I've been testing things. And when you test things, there's always a bit of a lull, you know, in sales, like I've shown you on Clickbank. You know, there's a bit of a gap. You think, why is there a gap? Well, it's because I changed products. And one of the takeaways for that is if you change products on a regular basis, then you're just, again, you're throwing money down the toilet. And the only reason people change products too often is either they've got a strategy that works for them, and that's fine, or, like most people, they're a little bit underconfident about what they're doing, so they think, they go on social media, they'll see old Billy Bob, he's making 15 sales a day promoting this thing, so you go off, I want to promote the thing that Billy Bob's doing, okay, I'll get the same results. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, it doesn't matter what you promote, it's how you promote it and the kind of emails that you're going to send, and also the consistency. You've got to be consistent with this, and you've got to give your audience time to kind of warm up and realize what you're actually promoting. It's not about you, sometimes it's about your audience. And when you think everything that you do in business should be geared towards your audience and helping your audience in the best way, then that's when things start to happen. I think we're done. Right, that's good, because my meeting, 5. So we've done 5, and that should say 0. Okay, good. Good, okay. Right, let's still jump back onto Clickbank. We'll go and refresh the page. I always like to do this, because sometimes, twice, I've had sales that have come in live whilst I've been doing a session. Okay, but not today. Okay, but I'm thinking there's going to be a sale tomorrow for that upgrade. And then from then on, we should see some steady sales coming in. Okay, by promoting this. Anyway, if you got some value from this, give us a big thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you look at the links below in the description, there's also some really good information that you can get. Mindset stuff, my affiliate marketing masterclass, which I normally talk about 10 minutes with. I haven't done today because I'm rushing a bit more. And also the best way to profit with My Lead Gen Secret. And let me tell you, they all complement each other. You don't have to do them all, okay? You don't have to do any. It's up to you. But they all complement each other. So have a look at those. Any questions that you've got, just leave me a comment, and I'll see you on the session tomorrow. Bye for now.